The arena breathes before the storm. Lights burn overhead, carving the ring out of the darkness like an altar of combat. Every seat is filled, every voice carries expectation. This is championship air thick with belief, pressure, and consequence. Tonight is not about noise, it's about answers. First, the challenger steps forward. Joe Smith Jr., Long Island's blue-collar bruiser, a man who never promised elegance, only honesty, former WBC international champion, known for his grit, his power, and his refusal to fold. Smith didn't grow up with hype. He earned his way here punch by punch, fight by fight, surviving the hard road that only tough men walk. He knows exactly what kind of night this could become, and he welcomes it. Then comes the champion. Dmitry Bivol, still undefeated, still calm, still carrying the WBA light heavyweight crown with quiet authority, no theatrics, no wasted movement. His expression never changes because his confidence doesn't need to announce itself. This is a man shaped by discipline, balance, and control, a fighter who turns chaos into order. The referee pulls them together, instructions are given, gloves touch. The bell rings. And just like that, the noise fades. The crowd disappears. There are only two men, 20 feet of canvas, and a question hanging in the air. Can pressure break precision? Or will technique tame aggression? Bivol takes a measured step forward. Smith plants his feet and raises his guard. The fight has begun. Bivol starts the way he always does, patient, composed, observant. His feet glide across the canvas, light and deliberate, as if he's testing the ground beneath him. Joe Smith Jr. wastes no time asserting himself. He steps forward behind a stiff jab, each one thrown with intent, trying to stake his claim in the center of the ring. Smith wants this to be physical, he wants contact, he wants to make Bivol uncomfortable early. But discomfort never arrives. Bivol slips just out of range, then snaps a sharp jab back down the middle. Not hard, clean, purposeful. A reminder. He varies speed and timing, touching Smith with straight punches, feinting with his shoulders and eyes, forcing reactions that open nothing but air. Smith keeps his gloves high, absorbing what he must, pushing forward anyway. That's his strength. He's not here to win rounds quietly, he's here to force moments, but every step in feels like stepping into a trap. Bivol pivots, circles, resets, always leaving something behind. A quick 1-2 lands, a jab to the body thuds softly but meaningfully. Smith answers with a heavy swing, but Bivol is already gone. The crowd begins to murmur. They recognize control when they see it. This isn't explosive, it's surgical. Bivol doesn't rush dominance, he builds it, and by the end of the early rounds, the pattern is clear. Smith is trying to start a fire. Bivol is calmly removing the oxygen. As the fight moves deeper, the space between them becomes the battlefield. Joe Smith Jr. presses harder now, aware that time is slipping. He doubles the jab, tries to muscle his way inside, looking to turn precision into chaos. When he gets close, he leans, pushes, makes it rough, anything to disrupt the rhythm. But rhythm is exactly what Bivol owns. The champion glides laterally, turning Smith again and again, never backing straight up. Every misstep from the challenger is punished with something sharp. A straight right, a snapping jab, a short hook that lands before Smith can respond. This is where Smith finds himself trapped in no man's land. Too far to land clean, too close to retreat safely. Bivol waits there. A clean right hand lands flush. Smith takes it. Another follows, then a jab to the body that folds him just enough to steal breath. Bivol doesn't chase the finish, he stacks damage with discipline, head, body, reset, repeat. Smith fires back with courage, swinging with bad intentions. He lands occasionally, and when he does, the crowd reacts. But Bivol absorbs it calmly, gloves tight, chin tucked, eyes steady. There is no panic in his movements, only answers. The middle rounds become a lesson in efficiency. Bivol wastes nothing, Smith spends everything. And though the challenger refuses to break, the gap on the scorecards quietly grows wider with every passing minute. Fatigue reveals truth, and in the later rounds the truth becomes impossible to hide. Joe Smith Jr. is exhausted but still fighting. His face shows wear, his breathing deepens, yet he keeps coming, driven by pride, by toughness, by the refusal to surrender. He leans on Bivol, pulls him close, throws looping hooks, trying to will something dramatic into existence. Bivol remains composed. His feet are still beneath him, his jab still snaps, his timing remains sharp. He blocks vision with his lead hand, steps out of danger, then steps back in with clean, scoring shots. A right hand, left hook combination lands flush. Smith nods, absorbs it, and swings back. This is the difference now. Smith fights with heart. Bivol fights with clarity. The champion finishes rounds strong, often punctuating them with crisp combinations right at the bell. He never lets momentum swing, never allows chaos to settle. Every exchange ends on his terms. The crowd applauds both men, one for his courage, the other for his command. This isn't cruelty, it's control. And as the final round approaches, the outcome feels inevitable, even as respect fills the arena. The final bell sounds, sharp and absolute. Joe Smith Jr. exhales deeply, hands on his hips, bruised but unbroken. He gave everything he had, he never stopped trying, and in boxing that matters. Dmitry Bivol walks calmly to his corner, expression unchanged. Another night of work completed. Another statement made, not with violence but with mastery. The fighters gather at center ring. The announcer raises the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. The pause stretches, the crowd waits. By unanimous decision, still undefeated and still the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world. The name echoes through the arena. Dmitry Bivol. Applause floods the building, respect follows it. Smith nods, acknowledging the truth of the night. He didn't lose to fear, he lost to excellence. Bivol raises his hand, not in celebration but confirmation. Another challenger tested, another title defended, another chapter added to the story of a champion who proves time and again that precision can rule a division. On this night, skill spoke louder than strength. And the belt stays exactly where it belongs.